Hi everyone and welcome to the Comic Room with me, Darren. This video is going to be part 2 of my pickups over the last month or so, which are not part of my regular weekly comic book haul. Part 1 mainly focused on kind of DC, Marvel books and also exclusive variants of some of the major books that have been released over the past few weeks. This video is going to focus on more independent books and smaller publishers other than the big two. And I'm going to start with Image Comics. I've got one book from them which I've actually got 2 different covers for. And it's issue 1 of The Ride, Burning Desire. This was purely a cover purchase for the Adam Hughes cover, which I think is really, really nice. And as well as getting this cover, I also picked up an exclusive, which again, whenever there's an exclusive coming out, my kind of go-to retailer here in the UK is Sad Lemon Comics. They seem to do brilliant exclusives of their own, but they also kind of link in with some of the major American retailers who produce exclusives, and they're kind of part of a network who all release these same exclusives. So this was from Sad Lemon, and this is the pink Virgin cover of the same issue. I believe that there's some other Virgin covers that have been released that are different coloured backgrounds, but I really like the pink colour, so that's the one I've plumped for. And also the fact that I could buy it directly within the UK and save on postage is obviously a big factor for me. So that's The Ride, Burning Desire. Moving away from Image, I've picked up quite a few books over the past few weeks from Dynamite. One of the books that I suppose you could say that this is on my pull list now, because I've picked up every issue in this run so far. And that's Elvira, Mistress of the Darkness, number 7. And what I've been doing, I've picked up the photo cover variants. Now, being in the UK, Elvira is not really a character that we were kind of over familiar with. I don't recall the TV show that she did being shown in the UK. It might have been, but I'm just not familiar with it. So it's not a character that really is part of our consciousness or part of our kind of pop culture history. And I've not even seen the movie that Cassandra Peterson did for Elvira. But when I saw the first issue of this, the photo cover, I really, really loved it. And then when I saw some of the covers that were going to be coming out, I thought, well, I've just got to get on board with this. So that's issue number 7 of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Now, as I said, I'm getting the photo covers, but this one, which is a non-photo cover, but of the same issue, I had to pick up as well. Because as you'll know, I'm a massive Lucio Perillo fan. And this cover was, I think, I actually pre-ordered this round about last November. Hope you can see these. Okay. Yeah, I pre-ordered this round about last November, but the releasing schedule with the Elvira books and a lot of the Dynamite books in general has been really, really crazy, and they've been getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. But finally, after 6-7 months of pre-order, this finally arrived, and I had to get more than one copy because this is just beautiful cover by Perillo. There is actually a 1 in 25 variant of this as well, which is the Virgin cover, which I'm hoping to be able to pick up. The prices are a bit expensive, but I'm going to keep my eye open, and if I see a reasonably priced copy of it, I'm going to pick that up as well. Okay, just going to have a quick drink. Coffee. Okay, carrying on with Dynamite. Got issue 1 of Bettie Page Unbound. And again, I'm saying that these are books that are not on my regular pull list, but this particular cover artist who's doing all the issues for Betty Page Unbound, I really, really like the covers that are coming up. So this, again, will become part of my pull now. The artist on this is a guy called John Royle. If you're not familiar with him, he's a British artist. And actually, if you are going to be attending London Film and Comic Con over this current weekend, John Royle is actually in attendance, so you can go meet him, and if you've got any books to get signed, I'm sure he'll be happy to sign those. But I really, really like John Royle's artwork. He's doing quite a lot of covers for Dynamite at the moment, so if you like the look of this, keep a lookout for him and his upcoming releases. But if you check out some of the covers that he's done on eBay for Betty Page, and you'll just see what a great artist he is. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep catching this. I might stop using this, it's becoming a bit of a pain. Anyway, I picked up a second copy of that. I'm going to try and collect 2 sets of this book. I've also got issue 2, again by John Royle. Issue 1 obviously was Red Sonja, Betty Page dressed as Red Sonja, and this one is Vampirella. I'm assuming that these John Royle covers are going to be Betty Page kind of not cosplaying but dressed as the different Dynamite characters. I believe that there's a Deja Thoris one coming up soon. So I got, again, 2 copies of that. And another Dynamite book, which I say it's not on my pull, but it's going to come on my pull because of the cover artist and the fact that he's doing the full run of this mini-series. He's doing, I believe, the cover A's. This is Red Sonja, Birth of the She-Devil, issue number 1. And again, this is a Lucio Perillo cover. Absolutely. Oh, man. I think any cover that Perillo does could easily be a limited variant or a store exclusive. His painting is just amazing. So I was really excited when I found out that this was just going to be a regular price cover and he was going to be doing the full run of this. So obviously I've picked up multiple copies of this for my collection. I've kind of been doing this, I mean, part of this is kind of a spec thing, just in case these Perillo covers become very sought after in the future and I may let 1 or 2 of them go. But it's also for the fact that I'm trying to get really, really high grade copies, and I think if you get more than 1 copy, you've obviously got more chance of getting a copy that's got no little dings or any ticks or anything like that. So there's partly that as well. They've also released issue number 2 of the same series, Perillo cover. Yep, this is the regular cover. So I picked up 3 copies of that. Then I also saw, when I was buying some books on eBay, that for a very, very good price, just above the price of the regular copy, you could get this character here is kind of in grayscale. I don't know if you can see the difference there. So basically the colour in this edition is focused on Red Sonja there. So I thought for the price, might as well pick that up as well. And the last of my books from Dynamite is this facsimile edition of Vampirella number 1 with the Frank Frazetta cover. Now I was really happy when this arrived actually. This was released I believe last week, and it's a brilliant purchase because, to be honest, I wasn't expecting it to be kind of a Batman Damned size book. I was expecting it to be just a regular size comic book, but as you can see, it's bigger than a regular book. It was a bit more expensive. It's a $5.99. Is it $5.99? $6.99 book. But I think I paid about £5.25 for it. But it's quite a thick thing as well. No, I can't tell you how many pages there are offhand, but it is quite a thick book. And as with the DC and Marvel facsimile issues that they're releasing at the moment, this is an exact reproduction of the original issue. So if you like Vampirella and if you like comic book history, I would suggest that you try and get hold of a copy of this before the prices go up. I'm not sure what the print run was. I can't imagine it would be massively high, and it's a really nice read. The interiors are all in black and white as per the original, and it's just a good chunky book, and you get to see all the original advertisements and that kind of thing as well. Okay, people who know me quite well within the comic book community, my friends in the community, know that over the years I've been a bit of a fan of quite a lot of the Zenescope books. I've not been buying so many series of these now because it does become quite expensive, and I have got quite a large collection. So I've been focusing more on some of the nicer exclusives that they've been releasing, some of the con exclusives, and I've not really been jumping on board with some of the mini-series that they've been doing lately. I still collect the flagship title, Grim Fairy Tales, which is now up to about issue 30 of volume 2. So I'm still collecting all those. I've got a complete run of those, but I'm kind of backing off from some of the mini-series unless it's something that particularly appeals to me. However, the exception to that is if any of the single issues have got a cover by an artist that I'm a particular fan of. And one of those at the moment is Keith Garvey, who for me cannot put a foot wrong when it comes to beautiful women on very nice covers of books. One of the recent ones. He tends not to do many standard issues now, but he has been pumping out a lot of exclusives. So whenever there's a standard cover, I'm going to get it. And here's a case in point, a recent release. This is Belle, Oath of Thorns, issue number 1. Absolutely stunning cover. Look at that. Beautiful. Easily could be an exclusive. $25, $30 book. So again, had to get 2 or 3 copies of that just to try and get a really 9.8 copy. Okay guys, my last book. Thankfully this video is a lot shorter than the last one I did. As I mentioned, one of the books from Zenescope that I do get is Grim Fairy Tales, and most years, although not every year, they do bring out a swimsuit special edition, which kind of, as well as having some kind of original pin-up art, includes a lot of the art from the exclusive covers that they've done over the past year or so, which kind of ties in with swimsuit editions. So I've picked up the 2019 edition. I'll always pick these up because they're one-shots. And the cover artist that I decided to go with was another of my recent favourites, and that's Delise Santa Cruz. He always does really nice artwork. So picked up that one. Very nice. Okay guys, so that's it. You're kind of up to date with the majority of my non-pull, some of which have now become my pull books over the past 4 weeks. I've got a book that I received in the post yesterday that I'm going to do an unboxing for, and I've had notification that another book is on its way, so I'll wait until that one arrives, and then I'll do a double unboxing of a couple of exclusives. So keep a lookout for those. Again, I'll mention about the fact that I've hit 250 subscribers. And as long as I maintain that and don't dip below that over the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to do a 250 subscriber competition. So keep a lookout for that. So all that remains for me to say is thanks very much for watching. Thanks if you've watched and commented on part 1 of this video. I always appreciate that. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. But please tell me why in the comments. I do get feedback. One guy a couple of videos ago told me that I too much, which is absolutely true. So I've been trying to concentrate on not saying too much. So I hope that's actually working. So I always appreciate any kind of feedback. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And then when the 250 subscriber competition comes along, you will be able to enter that. So thanks for watching. Until next time, take it easy and enjoy your comics. Bye bye.